Good morning. Well, yeah, it's still morning, technically. I'm just doing another casual video editing session with the Descript app with my affiliate link down below or somewhere in this stream if you're on Twitter or X or whatever. But I've already did a couple things that I normally do on these sessions, which is run the AI feature to remove filler words like ums and uhs, and then also to shorten any word gaps that are longer than a second. So I've done that part. I picked out which section I wanted to utilize. I've got 1 minute and 52 seconds, which is perfect because I think I need 7 seconds for my outro. So right now I'm just going to go through and check for spelling issues in the app. And if you've ever used Descript, or if you haven't used Descript, I guess, what I really like about this app is, one, you transfer your audio file or your video file, depending on what you're doing, a podcast versus YouTube or whatever, and it lets you basically, it transcribes it, which normally, I don't know if you've never done video editing before, what we used to have to do, because I use DaVinci for my main editor for a long time, is you have to use a scripting service, and sometimes you have to pay for those. I think YouTube does a translation thing as well. I don't know how accurate it is. I don't know how much you can edit. I don't know how you can make it look. I think it's probably fairly bland. This gives you some visual options as well. And plus, doing it this way means I've got a video that I can put anywhere. I'm not relying on just YouTube or something like that. So, a really flexible piece of software. I know I have to do a little bit of extra editing for the voices for this because I've actually got a couple different speakers speaking in this clip, and one of them, I know Austin at least, is very soft-spoken. So I'm actually supposed to be in a meeting right now, I just realized, but it's a mod meeting and it's fine. It's whatever. So anyway, if anybody on the Be Friends moderator team is watching this, I've already started, so I'm not stopping. Anyway, so I'm going to go through and fix the spelling errors. It allows me to do that as well. I'm actually going to go ahead and add my captions now so I can maybe visually catch spelling errors easier. So I'm just going to go down to captions and then pick I usually pick the Karaoke Classic. Again, they don't give me like a default save, really, which I prefer to have. So I don't have to keep doing these styles over and over. But I like to make the background black behind the text because you never know what's going to be happening in the background video. And then the active word, which is the one that's being highlighted, because I'm using the light blue, I like to make the text black. I feel like that stands out better. And then I do like to change the font to the Roboto Slab. I think everything else looks good. So captions are done. Like, it's very easy and quick to make captions visually appear on your video. Now I just go through and edit spelling errors and punctuation as best I can, not being a very astute student of grammar and punctuation. Like, I was never good at English and all of that. I wish I was.
NVIDIA
anyway.
makes the highest quality electrical components so that they can produce.
Actually, while that's going on, I'm going to play it again here in a second, but I'm going to add the studio sound just to hear the difference between the raw video, audio, or whatever versus studio.
So that they can produce a very high
AI stuff.
If you look at the sales cycle right
See how
now
different
for these
that is?
A100s,
It's
NVIDIA
off
is telling us like they're sold out for the next
and
year
on.
And a half. The life cycle of these cards is not really known yet. It's more like, when are these things going to die?
From a financial perspective, there is an end of life, and these things are billed as depreciating assets. And so out of the revenue, just like we pay for rack space, we pay for the replacement of an equivalent amount of the operational capital as we go. So by the time the machine has...
I just realized I also haven't been listening for the hidden ums. So I'm actually going to start listening again and pay more attention to what I'm doing.
NVIDIA makes the highest quality electrical components so that they can produce a very high quality.
I did say there was like a hesitation there. I want my timeline to be a little bigger. So, what was that weird
Make
sound?
the highest quality electrical components so that
It was right after components. It sounded like a word. Ugh. I think it's this right here. So I get my little blade, razor blade. It looks like the other side's already cut, so I can just select it and that should get rid of that weird sound after components.
so that they can produce a very high quality product. If you look at the sales cycle right now for these H100s, NVIDIA is telling us like there's.
I'm gonna change this so it's not that it's spelled wrong, but it's more like that. What do you call that? I don't even know.
For these H100s, NVIDIA is telling us like they're sold out for the next year and a half. The life cycle of these cards is not really known yet. It's more like when are these things going to die?
From a financial perspective, there is an end of life, and these things are billed as depreciating assets. And so out of the revenue, just like we pay for rack space, we pay for the replacement of an equivalent amount of the operational capital as we go. So by the time the machine.
Alright, so there's a weird they in here and a weird punctuation. So I know this is probably the they, this gray area. And then we'll see how this sounds.
So by the time the machine.
And we'd also don't need the we.
So by the time the machine has run to end of life, it's no longer economically viable, and we want to turn it off and get rid of it, it's already paid for itself. It's already replaced itself.
So this is a weird word. I feel like this should be is no longer economically viable, but I can't really change what he said there, so I'm just gonna have to leave that as an error. Because one, we can't re-record it, and two, I don't have these guys, the voices of these guys registered in the software. It does have a feature, if you've never used this before, where you can do, it's like a, I don't know if it's like a minute or two recording of your voice, and you follow a script that they give you. They learn your voice, and if you do have to change out a word in your voice, if you misspoke, it has that feature to replace that with the AI version of your voice. And I've only used it once, and I can't remember if it was pretty decent. I feel like it was. I should do a video where I try it out. I'm gonna do that. I tell you what, some of these guys, when I do these videos, they make fun of me. They're just joking. Oops, sorry. But they'll say, when I say the word no or now, and I actually had this discussion with my husband. Apparently the way I say now, making it two syllables, is weird. And it is when I hear myself say it, so I'm going to be self-conscious about it for the rest of my life, so thanks for that. But I get it, and I don't know whether AI can change that or not. So anyway, back to what I'm doing here.
So by the time the machine has run to end of life, it's no longer economically viable, and we want to turn it off and get rid of it, it's already paid for itself.
All right, so there's two ands here. I'm assuming this is the one. So we're just going to snag this out of here real quick.
Turn it off and get rid of it, it's already paid for itself. It's already replaced itself.
In our business model and our
I should change that to a period. Again, a lot of this is chopped up from an AMA that we had last month, but it's still good information that should be out there.
In our business model and our economic model, we've already built that in the cash flow, how to grow and how to go forward from there.
And you can look at these graphic cards as being something that take a mortgage out against. It holds that much value. So if you have a debt facility, think about taking a mortgage.
All right. I know that this is meant to be debt facility, not deficit. But so here's the thing. So this is Austin speaking. He's the one that's really soft-spoken in this clip. I feel like the studio sound definitely boosted the voice, because here, I'll play it for you without the studio sound, but I feel like it's also, I think it's meant to cut out background noise, but I think cutting out background noise for him makes his words sound a little choppy. So I'm going to turn it off real quick and turn it on while he's talking and see if it's worth it, or if I have to somehow make his section not studio sound. But he's so soft, but I don't know. Let me turn it off real quick. Listen, and I'll turn it back on and we'll see.
You can look at
See how distant he sounds?
as being something that you can take a mortgage out against. It holds that much value. So you have a debt facility, think about taking a mortgage out against the cards, being able to pay it back, and these cards are generating.
So I think it's worth keeping it on, even though his words sound a little bit more choppy. Yeah. I'm also trying to look at what he said here, because I know I had to do some editing for his section, because he kind of goes back and forth on his topic. How much values do you have a debt facility? Well, I think from here I need to re-listen here.
So you have a debt facility, think about taking a mortgage out against the cards, being able to pay it back, and these cards are generating.
See, I don't know what the purpose of this line is, but I think I'm going to leave it because I don't know. He's the finance guy. I'm not a finance girl, so.
Think about taking a mortgage out against the cards, being able to pay it back, and these cards are generating significantly higher revenue than the amount of interest that you're able to get on. Think of it as a mortgage is the easiest term to think of it. So it goes to show how the credit markets see.
This probably needs to be a comma, because it's kind of making like a separate point or analogy here. Amount of interest that you're able to get. I think I'm going to take out the word on. That's another word apparently I say really weird. On. But I think I know what he's trying to say here.
The amount of interest that you're able to get. Think of it as a mortgage is the easiest term to think of it. So it goes to show how the credit markets see the high value of this top-notch compute that we acquired.
He's basically.
His voice definitely sounds computerized too, in a way. From taking out that background noise. But it's better than the alternative. The alternative, he just sounds so distant.
He's saying we're going to use the next round of equipment as its own collateral in the CDP to get a loan to buy itself. And then it will pay something like, I don't know, 10% in interest. We'll make 100% on the equipment. And that remaining 90% becomes revenue that goes to SEDU holders.
It's another spelling error.
SEDU holders.
It's basically how do we bring value, how do we bring revenue, how do we grow this and move forward, and that's the key.
Like how can we scale it up as quickly as possible, efficiently?
All right, so this part is extremely choppy. You've got, I guess, my voice back here, because I was moderating the session, and sometimes on Spaces or Clubhouse sessions you get talked over, or multiple people trying to talk at the same time or whatever. So I'm thinking I might just take out this whole section, because it's so cut and it feels like it's like cutting this part out entirely.
Like how can we scale it up as quickly as possible, efficiently?
Yeah, I don't think we need that to make the point of the video still stand. So the point of this particular video, I picked out this section, and I had to chop this section again because it was way longer. It was like 4 minutes long from start to finish. But I wanted to get the point out that the equipment that we bought is, because people were asking, what happens when this equipment depreciates, or can it depreciate, or whatever? Like, do we have to rebuy it and blah, blah, blah. You know how your video card eventually goes up, you have to get something new, or your computer or whatever. So this clip kind of highlights that, that's already been looked at. It's been planned for. It's part of the business plan. And this equipment is top tier. It's not going to be obsolete anytime soon. And if it is, then we have a plan to finance the next set of equipment. So it answers a question that we don't get asked often, but we've been asked more than once. So it was one that was part of the last discussion. I figured it was relevant for creating a quick clip on to, refer people to the answer right here. Like if you want to know the answer to this question, then we got a video. So the next step that I do for these clips is you got to have the background, some kind of visual component. So normally what I do is just have videos like this kind of in the background as the captions are going over it. It's like those videos on TikTok you see where people are talking and then it's like a split screen, someone's baking a cake or something. So you've watched my videos before, you've seen me do this a lot of times. It's not anything new. I do get out my calculator to keep track of my seconds that I need. So I need enough to cover 1 minute and 43 seconds. So I'm going to, so it's basically 106 seconds, right? No. Yeah. Right? Yeah, so 106 seconds because it's 60 seconds for the minute and then an additional 46 seconds, and that's 106. So what I do is I, not counting my outro here, which are these two clips, I'm actually going to go ahead and take the music out. Music has been taken in. Is this my typing? Is this my typing? What is going on there? I just want to drag it. Oh, this is acting funny. And this is my computer glitch sound. Okay, now that's what drag. It's weird. Computer glitch. We're on there. So this is what this would sound like basically as the outro. It's beginning now. And there'll be music in the background doing this. Okay. So I'm going to shorten this just a tiny smidge. So now I got to come up with 106 seconds of just background footage. I'll reuse some clips. I'll add new clips every now and then, or I'll add new clips in every video and reuse in every video. But what is this one? This one sounds pretty, or seems pretty. Oh, I'm in photos. I don't want to be in photos. I'm in videos. Here we go. So you can see some of these already kind of show up that I've used before. What's this one? It's very slow movie, but I like it. So I'm going to add 19.7. Replace this one with something. What is this? This is like matrixy binary style code that is 7.1 seconds. So at 27.6, we're looking for 106. Next clip. I don't think I've used this one yet. It's kind of wild. 15. And then I think I will keep this one. 15. Replace this one. I feel like that one's a little distracting, but I'm going to do a brain. Oh, I like that. It's like a geometric style. So I'll add 30 seconds. Brings us to 82, so we're close. I think I might bring this clip in, because this is honestly, is it this one that I really like? No, it's not that one. This one I really like. I like this clip. And that one's 14.7 brings us to 97.3. So we'll add 10. I'll bring this up here, and that brings us to 107. So we'll try that. So the next thing I got to do, well, one, realign these audio bits, but I want to find some music to play in the background. So I'm not going to use any music I've already used. I'm actually going to go into Epidemic Sound. I have a subscription to the service. I'm trying to think, do I have an affiliate link though? I never thought to look, but let's see. If I do, let's see if anything about it. So I'll check if there is one. But if I do, I'll post it below. So we're going to go under electronic. And I guess we'll pick a mood that I'm looking for. I don't really want anything crazy. So let's try laid back and see what we come up with. It's actually not too bad, but I think it's a little moody. Why are some of these so bad? I guess somebody has a use for them. That's freaky. Oh, I like that though. But not for the video. Okay, so maybe laid back is not the mood we want to go for. I'm going to try to go for hopeful, maybe. Something a little lighter. Have I used this one before? I feel like I have, but I'm not sure. It's given like 80s industrial electronic. I think I have used this. Yeah, I did use this before. I forget when, but I've used it in a video before. And I've used this one too. I like this one also. Alright, so let's skip down a little bit because I think I've used a lot of those initial ones. Baklava. the frustrating part. You have to filter through a lot of crappy music, or music that just doesn't fit the vibe you're going for. It's a little time consuming. And I will say, Epidemic Sound's library is extensive. It is very extensive. I feel like I've heard this before. This one might work. I think that would be really good for like a vlog style video, but maybe not for this. Just give him footloose. Yeah, this keeps up. I might have to use one of the songs I've already used. I feel bad that I didn't pick this out ahead of time. I feel like next time I'm going to have to, because this is taking way longer than I intended. And it's kind of boring to see a live of someone just picking out music for a video.
You can never sleep in.
I might have to just pick music that I've already used just to save time. I do have other things I want to get done today, but let's take a look. Let's refresh. Sometimes you have to refresh in order for it to work for some reason, for their player to work. I'm going to start here. So let's see what we've got. Maybe something we haven't used in a while. just to get one in that we've used before. You can kind of see the style of music that I've been using for like SETI stuff. I'm going to go into audio effects and also fade it out about a second at the end. And then I'm going to listen to the comparison between it and these other sound clips because I don't want it to overwhelm the typing and the computer glitch sound. So in order to do that, I have to make sure that one, those are loud enough and that this is not too loud over top of it. So I think I want to get down just a little bit more. And then we're going to try to see if I've aligned this correctly. So we're going from page 30 up. So we want 30 up to 38. We'll download that as a 4, and then we're going to add that into the background of our video, adjust the sound volume. What is this here? Oh, there's like a little section I missed here. I guess like me talking. So we'll take that out while I'm eating. I've got 10 people watching. What's up, guys? I feel like taking a nap. I've been up since 4 a.m. and in the office since 6 a.m. and it's after lunch now. But I tell you what, I love working. I love it. I love what I do. I love working for SETI. They brought my business on full time now. So, and I might even be getting more work. I don't know. But right now, they've hired us full time to manage socials and also do some project management. Actually, I have to start up as soon as they pay this next invoice. We're going to start up a couple other social channels. And so we'll be expanding a lot of this video onto them. And I think they've also got us in charge of brand partnerships now. So I'm going to be doing a lot of emailing and organization and really administrative stuff over there as well. I don't normally offer project management services. I did do project management for a number of years for a large company, multi-million-dollar company I worked for in Frederick, Maryland. And then obviously I do it for my own business, but it's not a service that I offer. But these guys wanted my help. And they know I'm part of the crypto space. Did we get this? Here we go. All right, so stop talking about yourself, Crystal. We're going to call this H100 Lifespan Landscape. All right, so then I go back into the script. We're going to go into project. Let's see. Is that new? I feel like that's new. I thought it was project and then layer. Let's see, what is it? I don't have time to look at it now, guys. So we're going to project, go to upload. We're going to pick our video, which should be under 8. Here we go. No, not that one. This one. Lifespan. We're going to add it as a layer. It's going to place it on top of everything. So we have to right click, go to select or layer order, and then send it back. So that's behind our captions. First thing I'm going to do is check and make sure the cutoff point is not inaccurate. But I guess I need to do it back.
Move forward, and that's the key.
I'm going to drag it out and see how long before it takes us to the next clip, because I don't want that to be too long.
And that's the key.
Alright, so we're looking at about 3 seconds. that I need to shave off. Not Zoom, not Canva. So what's our longest clip? I think it's this 30-second one. So I'm going to take and drop this down to like 27 and re-download it. But I mean, we're pretty close. I have to do this every time anymore anyway. It's fine. I'm used to it. I think it's just because I've been so tired lately. So the other thing I should mention, the timeline automatically stops at the end of your script. So it stops here. If you have something that goes beyond the talking or the script, sorry, my dog's scared, then you have to drag the timeline further to go along with whatever the clip is that you're trying to include. So, and then the other thing I'll have to do, I'm going to delete this layer, is just I might turn the volume down a little bit more on the music, turn the volume up in the speaking, and which I have to do every video, so that's not a big deal. But I just want to make sure that you can hear the people. Hey, buddy. My dog was getting up to check on things. All right, so did it not delete? Or what did delete? Captions are still there, so I'll go back to upload. Now, one thing it will do, you can see it kind of thinking over here from the last clip I uploaded, is it's also listening to the clip that you're uploading to see if there's speaking parts that it needs to transcribe. So it's doing like a review of the audio, which is fine. I'm not going to wait for it if I can help it. But so I'll right click on this and send it to the back again. So it's behind our captions. I'm going to click on the end here. I'm going to drag the video out a little bit to see. It looks like the typing's here, so I think we're pretty close to where the talking ends and the typing begins, but the timeline is also a little skewed here, so we'll see how long that actually is.
And that's the
Oh no, that's perfect. Except, oh, I did it again. So it's perfect. It's perfect. What I forgot to do though, like the length is perfect, is when you edit a clip or remove a clip, you see how my typing audio and my glitchy audio and even the end of the song no longer line up. I just have to drag them into the right spots again. So typing there, glitchy sound here, and re-download. And for some reason, I always forget to do that when I edit or remove a section of the clip. So that's my bad. What's that? That's that ADHD kicking in there. Why do I keep opening Zoom? It's because Zoom is a little round icon in Canva. I don't even, well, no, I use Zoom I use it almost weekly. I should leave it there, but I'm in Canva daily. I was thinking I should take it off my taskbar, but it's whatever. So now I'm re-downloading again. It takes a minute or whatever. I'm going to delete the old clip again. We'll re-upload and then we should be good. It looks like it's lined up pretty good. And then we will export, well, adjust the volume and then export and be done. I really would love to spend the day just batching a bunch of these videos, but I think I'm at the end of life for the current audio that I have. We are doing another AMA next week, I think Thursday night. So, well, no, I have a podcast that they were featured on I could edit yet. So I do have a little bit more to do. And I might do that this weekend, just batch a bunch so I don't have to, well, it's a good idea to batch, but I also like doing the live streams of me doing this. So maybe I'll just like do some where I batch and then leave some for live streaming. So you guys can see the app. Descript actually has been liking my videos on Twitter because I tag them. I don't tag them anywhere else because I don't know if they're on YouTube. I assume they probably are. They are a video editing software, so maybe I should. And then where else am I on? LinkedIn is where I'm also streaming, so I could start tagging them there. I don't know, maybe they'll take some of my ideas, like saving caption styles to heart or something. Have we uploaded yet? Yes. All right, so let me save this to the lifespan video. We'll upload adjust volume and we should be good. I've actually been thinking about doing like virtual office hours as well, possibly on my Discord. If you're not on my Discord, would be interested in joining my Discord, if you go to misfitacademy.io, there should be a Discord link there. But that is my main Discord. I see the typing right up here at the end, so let's take a look.
It's basically how do we bring value, how do we bring revenue, how do we grow this and move forward, and that's the key.
You know, I don't know if it's just laggy, but didn't it seem like the text captions were over the typing?
Forward, and that's the key.
So I might have to add another second in there, which means, of course, adjusting everything again. Well, not everything, but I think I'm going to, though. Which one did I edit? This one? So we'll add to 28. We'll just do half a second, maybe. Should be fine. And I almost forgot it again. I gotta adjust my typing. And the glitch. Alright. Oh. And drag my sound out. See, it's these little things that get a little tedious because it's like, why did this not work the way it was supposed to? So back in here, delete your old clip. And honestly, all of these can go away. Delete. Now, it does have a replace function out in here. I have not tried that. I probably should at some point to see if does it work well? I assume it would just be a simple replace, but I have not tried it yet. We got 13 people in here now. What's up, guys? We are almost done. The last thing that I'm doing is downloading the background visuals and audio and then adding them to the, I guess, podcast with the transcriptions. And then we're going to adjust some audio levels and we'll be good. We'll be done. So add that in. I'm having that typing noise. We're going to send it to the back. Let's take a look.
Revenue, how do we grow this and move forward, and that's the key.
Oh yeah, perfect. Perfection. Yeah, so we're good. All right. So now that that's done, oh, now I need to adjust the audio level. See, I'm already just going crazy. I'm going to go to Underlord, make sure I had my clip here selected. I'm going to start listening to it from the beginning and just adjust the volume as we go. Make sure it lines up correctly.
Highest quality electrical components so that they can produce a very high quality product. If you look at the sales cycle right now for these H100s, NVIDIA is telling us like they're sold out for the next year and a half. The life cycle of these cards is not really known yet. It's more like, when are these things going to die?
From a financial perspective, there is an end of life, and these things are built as depreciating assets. And so out of the revenue, just like we pay for rack space, we pay for the replacement of an equivalent amount of the operational capital as we go. So by the time the machine has run to end of life, it's no longer economically viable, and we want to turn it off and
So far,
get rid of it.
pretty good.
It's already paid for itself. It's already
Me dragging this is turning the volume up or down on that clip, by the way.
Economic model, we've already built that in the cash flow, how to grow and how to go forward from there.
You can look at these graphic cards as being something that take a mortgage out against. It holds that much value. So if you have a debt facility, think about taking a mortgage out against cards,
Waiting for the
being
beat to
able to pay
drop.
it back, and these cards are generating significantly higher revenue than the amount of interest that you're able to get. Think of it as a mortgage is the easiest term to think of it. So it goes to show how the credit markets see the high value of this top-notch compute that we collect.
He's basically saying we're going to use the next round of equipment as its own collateral in the CDP to get a loan to buy itself. And then it will pay.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. I did want to add a little comment here. And then we will publish. And actually, one more thing before I do publish. Towards the end, when we have the audio that comes with the audio clip, the video, I guess, I just want to make sure the typing and the glitch sound are still. What's the term for hearing that's similar to legible? It wouldn't just be hearable. Is there a term for that? Because you know how you got like legible, readable, whatever. Is there an audio term for that?
How do we grow this and move forward? And that's the key.
Yep, still hear the typing. Okay, so I think we're good. So I will go ahead and export as video. Got my max resolutions. And we're going to call this 20. So yeah, you can also, if you're unfamiliar, if you just need like the audio, if you're not doing video, you can do audio. If you want to turn something into a GIF, if you just want to download the transcript, it gives you options for everything that you can download for this particular item. So that's useful as well. But yeah, that's about it. That's another video editing session with Descript. What I've been on for 47 minutes. Probably had 15 minutes worth of mess ups on my part because I'm tired. So you could easily do this in 30 minutes. Like edit via text, do a little bit of clipping, create some kind of audio background, and it's a powerhouse. Descript in Canva, so I love it. Feel free to like, subscribe, follow along. I try to do these at least every couple days. And I might start playing around with some other software as well. But this is something I have to do regardless. I might as well live stream it while I do it. But anyway, thanks a lot.